or if they need to pump the brakes. Amy Marino, King 5 News.
All right, want to turn now to Darren Peck, and of course we're talking about our weather that you said is going to be changing tomorrow.
I think it's unavoidable. We got to start talking about smoke again. We had a nice break, but we've got to start talking about the smoke and how serious it's going to be again coming up on Monday and Tuesday. First of all, Natalie, when you were talking about this earlier and how Alice and Shane's are playing up on the Space Needle, the only thing I could think about when I'm looking at this view is how hazy it is. I'm looking out at the horizon, and I'm also noticing kind of that rose-colored tinge on the white top of the Space Needle. That tells us there's already plenty of stuff still in our sky. It's better now than it was early last week because we're not breathing as much of it in down here near the ground, but it's still moderate to some reporting stations are still even saying unhealthy for sensitive groups. And I'm going to talk to you about the difference on that here in 1 second. But other than the smoke, because there are other things to talk about in the weather for at least a brief moment, look, there's a little bit of a warm-up coming our way. By Tuesday, we'll be up to 87. And if we didn't have all of the wildfires burning around us, that would pretty much be the story. We'd focus on the warm-ups and the cool-downs and the marine layer in the morning. But we're not really going to notice that stuff a whole lot over the next few days because the smoke will be a much bigger deal. Something different about the air quality advisory, it's got Western Washington included. We haven't seen this often, but this includes all of Western Washington. The air quality alert begins for us at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Stays in effect until Wednesday at 5 p.m. That's a long stretch of time. Monday and Tuesday are really going to be the trouble spots in there. And when we talk about particulate matter, you know, the stuff that's in the smoke, well, we measure it in 2 different sizes. It's the really small stuff we're concerned about. That is a human hair. That's PM10. This is particulate matter 2.5, and that's what's in the smoke. And that's not the size it is compared to a human hair. We have to come in for a closer look. Can you see them lined up on the larger one there? These things are so small that when you breathe it in, they get past all of the natural defenses of your lungs. So far, it actually then gets into your bloodstream and into your heart. So now the question is, how much time do you want to spend out in this on Monday and Tuesday? We got to live our lives. You got to get outside and go about your lives. But I would caution you, when you see a forecast for air quality that gets down to unhealthy for all categories, that includes you. So I would not train for the marathon on those days. I would not go for the jog outside on those days. Don't ride the bike. Don't ride the e-bike, even if you're getting an assist. That's too much time outside breathing this in. Do what you have to live your life, but limit the amount of time you're out there. Here's why we're bringing the smoke back again. There's another area of low pressure that's going to come our way for tomorrow. This is going to start pulling the air back in from the north, from Canada, and then it leaves on Monday, and what takes its place is a big center of high pressure, which takes all that smoke and traps it here. That is exactly what happened last Monday and Tuesday. It was the same pattern. Center of high pressure set up, trapped all the smoke, and then squeezed it all down to near the ground where we all live. And for Monday and Tuesday, it's likely we're going to see those air quality sensors go back into the red once again. They don't put out air quality advisories lightly here. So, all right, Monday and Tuesday will be your focus. It gets better Wednesday. The air will start to clear up by Wednesday. And when you see daytime highs in the mid-70s like that towards the end of the week, that tells you the pattern changes. It's more of an onshore flow. We will clear out the smoke. So better news by the end of the week, but it's going to be ugly Monday and Tuesday.
Saw a lot of people with masks last week. Probably going to see that again coming up. All right.
I don't blame them.
All right, we'll send it over to